Hey, everybody, on this episode, we talk about where we've been this summer, where we're going this fall, and how you can continue to party on with us.
You're listening to the Dudes and Dads Podcast, a show dedicated to helping men be better dudes and dads by building community through meaningful conversation and storytelling. And now, here are your hosts, Joel DeMont and Andy Lehman.
We're here.
Hey, we are.
We're back.
We're back.
Still here.
Back in the saddle again.
Sure.
I'm back. We're also here. We're also here with my favorite second child, Josiah.
You have a not favorite second child?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
But he was showing me. Josiah is showing me. He thinks I should get a Wimatic concession trailer. It's a funnel cake trailer.
Funnel cake. All right, we should do that.
25 grand.
All right.
25 grand. We can buy our own funnel cake trailer. Yes.
Let's do it.
Well, hey, guys. Thanks for joining us in another episode. Every once in a while, Andy and I sit down and we go, we should just tell people what's going on in our lives. Tell people bring them up to speed.
And
on
I
think
we've had the summer and we've been lots of things going on this summer. So we kind of just wanted to catch up and sit down and have a chat.
Because you're our friends. You are our friends, and we hopefully are your friends in one way or the other, even if you're a long ways off. And sometimes maybe you just want to be like, hey, I wonder how they're doing.
Right.
And so this is the chance for us just to bare our soul, Andy.
I do want to remind everyone who's viewing live with us, if they put chats in the chat room, we can see them and we can bring them on. So if you guys have questions or comments or concerns, bring those on to the show with us, and we can add them to the show. So,
are you concerned about us? Thank you for letting us know. Yeah.
Joel.
Yeah, man. So, Andy, here we are. We're in September. The school year is in full swing now. We've launched the kids back into the educational circus, and I'm just wondering for you, and then I'm happy to share my thoughts on this. This past summer, what would you say was a highlight for you personally? Maybe this, by the way, this can be different.
Okay.
For you personally, and then maybe for you, like collectively with your family, because maybe the personal high point for you was different than maybe, because it is sort of for me.
It's for you. Okay. Oh, you caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting you to ask me both of those things.
You start with you personally. How about start with you personally? Is that okay?
I guess.
Or is that the hard? Is that the hard
one? That's the hard one. So
you've just given up on having personal high points.
No.
Okay.
I think family wise, we bought a new camper this year. And we upgraded, so we were in the small pop-up camper, and it was small. It was a great first camper, but we decided to move up to the bigger one. So we bought a bigger pop-up camper, and we've done a lot more camping this year.
You guys. I feel like you're getting your money's worth out of this.
Right,
one.
We are, and so that's been really good for me because we've been able to hang out as a family and do some cool things. We went to Indiana Beach. I'd never been there before. Always saw the little corny. There's more than porn in Indiana.
That's their slogan.
And never been there. And so we decided to go. And that was a lot of fun, just getting to hang out as a family and make memories. I think probably for me, that was the favorite thing this year or this summer, probably for a family. Yeah.
Andy, might there be, I don't know, maybe an experience that you had earlier in the summer with maybe something that just like you and Julie did, maybe with other people, maybe with some other couples.
Oh, I see you're leading me. Yes. Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that was good too. I would say that was definitely good. Earlier this year, the other couples was, Joel and his wife and another couple, Matt and Courtney. And we just got a chance to go to Florida and hang out, just as couples and spend some time.
No kids. We ate a lot of really good food.
We did.
And we just had a good time. So yeah, that was solid. That was a solid experience for you and Julie, though. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was good to spend time with. I mean, I don't want to say ourselves because it was. I mean, we were there with you guys, but we got to spend some time just us and hang out, just us two and you guys and Courtney. And that was fun.
It was good. Yeah, I do look forward to, I will say, and I don't think this sounds too selfish, I do look forward to the days that are coming where my children don't have to be along with me every single time that we
well,
go somewhere.
I think that kind of at first sounds selfish, but I don't think it is. I mean, like, I know that for me, as our kids have been growing up and as they get older, we've been able to leave them home alone a little bit, not necessarily when we're on these long trips and things, but they've been able to stay home as we go out and do things. And that's been really nice too, because it's just kind of like, hey, we're going to go out for the evening, for the afternoon. You guys can stay home, and
you're
do
not
your
worried
thing.
about the house
Right.
burning down.
Right. Most of the time. But no, I mean, it's good to be able to, to see that, to be able to do that. And then I think, the other thing, like, is just, even going on these longer trips where, they can still be in school or doing whatever they need to do. And when we're gone, and that's been good. We've taken some trips lately and that's been good.
Yeah. I guess I would put it this way for us. There is a sense where, like, a while ago, Andy, for me personally, I just decided, okay, there's two kind of trips. There's trips that Joel gets, like, rejuvenated by, re-energized by, and then there are family trips.
Right.
And the family trips I value, and I've actually this past summer, I don't know, I think something clicked with me a little bit where I just started to say, you know what? I see the kids. Here's what I see. I see our kids responding better to the trips that we're taking as a family. Like you can tell it's making an impact.
Sure. Yeah.
And them somehow. How hopefully Josiah agrees. Josiah is with me in the studio. He agrees. Our trips recently as a family, would you say, have been better? Yeah. Like, you feel like we're.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're like these are trips that you're going to remember for?
Probably.
Probably.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been fun. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, the family stuff that we're doing has been good, and it feels like it's memorable things that the kids are gonna. And here's the other thing. I recently, let me see, Labor Day weekend. So last weekend already, was up with our friends at Bear Lake Bible Camp. We love our friends up at Bear Lake in the beautiful metropolis of Jones, Michigan. Mm-hmm. Did a family camp weekend up there, was the keynote speaker up there, and talked a lot about building really just the power of joy in raising our children and raising our families and having joy-filled homes and things like that. Really pulling a bunch from our previous guests. We've had our good friend Greg Newmeyer and Deeper Walk Ministries, and really talking about the power of joy. So much of the joy that we're trying to invest in our kids comes from these special things that we're doing with our kids, these trips and things like that. And the other thing is, Andy, and I know you feel this probably a little bit more than I do, like the clock is ticking, right? Like between the amount of times, even as kids get deeper into high school, like for instance, I know if Aaron continues to play baseball, spring break and opening like high school baseball season open up like around the same time, and
right.
the scheduling for that. So I'm already in my brain, I'm like, I just got like a few years left to make like these spring break trips,
right,
that we do meaningful.
Well, and I think for us too, we've noticed that, and that's one of the reasons we've invested so much in trying to do these family trips, because we've noticed, Mike is 16, he'll be 17 here in December, and I know, right? And
Jeez Louise, Micah, slow down. Golly.
And there's only a few more years left with him at home.
Yep.
And so we want to make these extra family memories while he's here, and still able to do those things, because once you go out in college, it's a lot harder to spend the time with your family. So
yep. And they're doing things, their schedules are different, all of that. And that's the thing. Each year in one way or another feels like it goes faster and faster. Time gets away from us in a lot of ways. So yeah, family trips, good. The summer family trip, I don't know if that's kind of that's less for us, because our summers are so short here. I mean, we're starting school in the first week of August now.
I know that's crazy.
And we're out. So we've got you have June and July, 8 weeks maybe, of which one of those is taken up. If you haven't heard us talk about fair, so like fair is like just out that's a week that doesn't exist there toward the end of July. And so for us, I don't know, the summers might not be, because I was talking with Jackie, I think our big trips or things that we're trying to do, intentional things with the family, are there beginning of April with spring break. And then we have in our school system, mid-October, a full week of fall break, which we've confirmed it today. We're headed down to the Smokies for fall break this year. And I think it'll be really good. But yeah, like now it's just a matter of, and my wife, being the Enneagram 7 that she is always looking for a fun time, right? Mm-hmm. And so she's really, I think, encouraged me. I think it would be easy for me, quite honestly, Andy, just to kind of go through and be like, just not as intentional about making use of those times that we have. But Jackie has really tried to structure some meaningful memory experiences. So honey, if you're listening, I thank you for that, because it's been a good challenge to me. And I think our kids are responding well to that, and they're mostly getting along okay. We have a slightly larger vehicle to transport them in now on these long trips, and they're not quite within hitting distance of each other. So that
nice. Works. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I would say, Andy, I would also say our time together down, like you said, down in Florida, we were down in Sarasota together. That was really, really good. Those, I don't know, those experiences with you and Julie and Courtney, they just kind of ground me back in this reality that that this parenting thing that we're doing is incredibly important. Mm-hmm. That we're all, and if we're not careful, we will all bear the burden of parenting alone. Like, I think when we all sit down and we're able to say, man, get kind of raw with each other and say, man, when we look at our kids, we look at where they're going. Here are the things that we're super excited about, what we see God doing in our kids' lives, where we see their gifts and abilities flourishing. And then also to say, and here's where, this one kid is struggling with this, and this kid is struggling with this. And it always seems like whenever we get together, we've got a kid that has hit up against some challenge or whatever, and we're encountering it kind of for the first time, or we're kind of talking through. That kind of community, those kind of trips and experiences have been, I think, just really formative, and I'm really, really grateful for it. And it's good that we have friends that have connections to condos in Sarasota. We love that, and are super grateful for that.
Oh yeah, that worked well.
It worked well. It did. Felt like that was a really great experience. So yeah, I think the summer was good. We had some good things. For us, we were travel baseball parents, and so I think another really big blessing for us, and Andy, you can definitely understand this. You with being a ministry family, like it for a long time has really felt like so many of my relationships, and again, nothing wrong on this end of things. So many of my relationships.
Your wife comments and said Sarasota is beautiful.
Yes,
so,
she agrees. Good.
Yeah.
So many of our relationships as a family have been formed by the relationships we've had within a congregational setting, within the church, whatever church that we're serving. And it was really, really good. In addition, this past summer, we felt like we made just a lot of new friends and good connections this past summer with our baseball family. And that was really, I'm guessing not a lot of those people know like how refreshing that was for us just to have new connections and connections that were really cool. As we saw our kids, man, our kids really did some really amazing things. We got to travel some cool places. So I'm just, for our South Bend Cubs travel baseball family, that was cool. That was just a new group of people that we really connected with well, and that was good. And I always worry because Jackie, not to out her, but Jackie is the more shy of the two of us. I don't know if this is a secret to anybody.
She is listening today, right?
Yeah,
now,
she is.
so.
And so I just know that sometimes, like whenever without me being super aware of it, I'm trying to be more aware. I could be like dragging her into constant new groups of people, right? Where and it's not that she's antisocial, but she's like, it takes her,
right. It takes her a little bit to get
right. And and it's totally fine. And so I always worried, like with baseball season, it was like, oh, look, these are a social group of people. They really, they're other families, other parents, they want to connect and things like that. And she really did a great job. So it didn't feel like it was too much of a stretch for her. So maybe she would argue differently, but I thought it was really good. So
yeah, I think and this is going back a little bit before this summer, I guess. But I think one of the things that I really enjoyed this last year was going to the pastors conference in Sarasota. Again, more things in Florida, but I really enjoyed that for similar reasons.
Apparently, there's more in Florida than dead people. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say like similar things for me, like meeting a lot of new people. Like that, a lot of new friends. I feel like I came out of that with a lot of new relationships, and that was really good for me too. So yeah, I feel that like again, that was not a summer thing, but it was before. But it still felt like one of the things that I really enjoyed.
Well, here's the other. Sorry, I moved, and you got to move. You adjust the camera now. Sorry. There's that joke. I'm going to butcher the joke, but it's something like it's a Jesus joke. It's like, the miracle that Jesus really performed was, was a man in his 30s and he had 12 friends, like whatever. Yeah. I'm in my late 30s. Andy is in his early 40s.
Middle 40s.
Middle. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt. It feels like in this stage it can be hard to make new friends in this stage of life.
Yeah, well, and I think part of that is because of like just what you're doing. You have like a work and you have church or whatever you're doing, and I think that it's kind of just those regular things. You're not meeting new people like when you're a kid. You have those times where you're going to a new class every year, and there's new people in there, and then you're going to sporting events and things like that. Where when you're our age, it's like we don't do a whole lot.
Well, can I say, and I am.
Well, no, we do a lot, but
but it's like, and as people who are extroverted, it's not like we're not like terribly shy or that kind of thing.
It's just you're not in a lot of places where you're meeting a lot of new people,
right? And let's just be. I just want to say this. I think I told Jackie this the other day. She got a good smile because she told me something that a introvert would say. These last 16 years, I have 3. And it goes in seasons, and you and I spend the most amount of time obviously together. But I've got 3 guy friends that we have done life with at various seasons. We have raised our kids together over these last 16 years. I've had to come to terms with the fact that like nothing is ever going to compare to those relationships.
Right.
Like there'll be times, Andy, where in busy seasons of our life, where we won't see those guys. A little bit of time has passed. And by the way, I just want to go on record. Andy is the chief of trying to get us together. He and make times regular rhythms for us as guys to connect. And so I want to give him full recognition for that because we're trying to get better at this. But those are guys though I can not see for a month or whatever sometimes, and then we sit down and we just catch right back up, and it's we're back to the races. Like. But I see those relationships and I go, yeah, like I can't, no one is going to replace those relationships, nor do I want them to.
Right.
But it's like, okay, those are my people and like, I'm good.
Right. Well,
it's like, it's not that I don't want new friends because I do. And I'm okay with that. But there are, and I think this is okay for us to acknowledge, right? They're just those core people that are just, they're like.
Well, the core people that you're talking about are people that we've been friends with for a very long time. We've done a lot of life together, like you said. And so I think that those are the people that, for me, for one, I would suggest if you don't have those people in your life, go ahead and get them because it's worth it to have somebody who's going to be with you thick and thin and can stand with you whenever. But I think that those same people, again, like, we may not see each other every week, but when we do, we can pick up just like that and go right away.
And you can you can say the one sentence, and we do this all the time, where one of us will have like a thing that we're battling against or whatever, and be like, what is the deal with XYZ? And the rest of us will be like, yeah, what is the deal? What is the deal with that? And we know, right? So yeah, I think, I don't know, this past season, one way or the other, like you said, I was reminded of the value of those core friendships, challenged to invest in some new relationships, rekindle some other ones. But relationship management is tough, Andy. Like it really, really is. And I know you and I are both people that are, trying to relentlessly destroy hurry from our life. We're always trying to slow down a little bit, just to some degree, to be healthy. And when I do have those moments, just to kind of reflect or whatever, I just go, number one, like we're incredibly fortunate. We're incredibly fortunate to have the friendships that we do. Several of them, by the way, I was gonna tell you, I was texting back and forth with our good buddy, Dudes and Dads alumni, Bobby Morton, the other last night, and
lamenting over the Notre Dame game.
Yeah, well, let me just say, he's been very, very curt in the Notre Dame play. He's been very succinct in his comments recently. Bob Morton, if he weren't doing what he was doing on the alumni side, I think analyst is right up
Right.
his alley. But no, we were chatting. But it was funny. I was literally, here's what it was. I was watching Josiah play football on Saturday morning, and for whatever reason, he just popped in my brain. I just shot him a text, said, "Man, I'm just thinking of you. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well." And we just kind of chatted it up real quick. There's been so many of those connections that we've made through this show. People that, there's plenty of people I think of like, man, if I ever get to the state that they live in or whatever,
gonna be.
I want to connect with them or whatever. So it has been weird. Even this show, like, just the people that we've been able to connect to. It's super cool. And I just think. This past year has been a reminder of that, of good relationships, which feel in this era of like we're so connected and yet disconnected, kind of at the same time, right?
Right.
Like,
I mean, we've got a phone, we can just text and chat and video chat and whatever, but we're
like deep and meaningful relationships that feel hard and feel difficult sometimes, and this past year, and I'm glad you said what you said. This past year, there's been several kind of experiences that we've had along the way where good things have been rekindled. And golly, just getting past the COVID days where it was like, just felt like it was a near miracle to see anyone face to face. So that's been really, rejuvenating, restful to the soul. So Andy, what do you guys got coming up here the rest of this year? Anything that you're looking forward to as you finish out 2022?
The rest of this year, we're gonna be doing at least one more camping trip.
Nice.
So that'll be good. Just something local, but we wanted to get out and do one more before the winter hits. So it's always good camping and like it's crisp out.
Yeah, I was about ready to say nothing hits like a good campfire,
right?
When it's getting a little crisp,
right?
Man,
I would say those things. And again, I know I kind of sound like a broken record. My favorite thing last year was camping, and we're going to go camping some more. But I think, really what that boils down to is family time for me, and away from the day to day.
I was going to say, what is it about camping that hits so well with you guys?
So it's kind of getting away from everything. We're doing some exploring. We're going to different places. When we camped this summer, not only did we go to the Indiana Beach, but we also went to Fair Oaks Farm and got to take the tour and see like some cows and stuff like that, and cows being born and all that stuff that I guess if you're from the city, you probably don't know
like
anything about it.
What is it?
Right.
A real natural experience.
Right. It's fun. Yeah. But so for me, it's those things of just connecting with family and being able to spend the time out in nature, and just out of the ordinary. We're not just sitting at home and doing the things that need to be done.
Yeah, you normally and I mean, do you have this sense of like you are unplugging a little bit?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right. Like that's the thing. Which dude. Okay, so I asked Matthew, our number 3 son, the
Number 3 birth order, not number 3 favorite.
Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, who is 9, and we were driving along there. I was taking him to practice, and I just said, Matthew, man, can you tell me what's one thing that I asked him? I said, what's one thing that you like about our relationship, for me being your dad, and like what you think's going well? And he answered that, and then I said, what's one thing that I could do better or whatever? And he did say, how did he phrase it? I'm going to summarize basically, to pay attention to him more when he's talking. And I was like, doggone it. And I know this has been a struggle, but to the point of like unplugging and things like that. Like I know a lot of that is connected to the technology in front of me or whatever, or me trying to send one more text message or do whatever, and just trying to get back. Again, it's always a challenge trying to get back to a rhythm, and better boundaries in that area, be more present. So yeah, I think that'll be we're looking forward to, like I said, we're going to be down in the Smokies in October. And, I'm just going to try to make a good effort. Like we're going to get out, we're going to hike, we're going to be in nature and just try to be non-distracted during that time.
Awesome.
And be present for the kiddos. But, and it's funny because I'm watching Josiah over here right now, who's on my phone and playing. Josiah, get on the mic real quick. I want to ask you some questions. Is that okay?
Yeah. What?
Okay. So, what would you say your best experience this past summer was? He's got to think. He's thinking. He's reflecting. I wish you could see the look of reflection on this kid's face. It doesn't have to be like a single event. It was just something that you've enjoyed.
I don't know.
Well, like, let me see. Anything we've done as a family together?
We didn't really go on vacation or anything.
This summer we didn't really much.
No, not really.
We were traveling. You got to spend a lot of time with Grandpa and Grandma.
I guess so.
That was good.
Just hanging out with my family mostly.
Yeah,
I would think.
Do you enjoy that generally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think those are things that you'll remember like later in life?
Probably.
Okay. Good. Full of thoughts. So let's see. You're playing football right now. Are you enjoying that? Is that going okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing about football?
I don't know.
Do you like being on a team?
I would say so.
Yeah. What's your like? I think I've seen a recent, and Andy, if you ever saw this, I've seen a recent how should I say a recent passion emerge within Josiah to tackle quarterbacks. So is that also fair? I've seen that in you recently. You're going at.
Sure.
There's nothing better than tackling a quarterback.
I guess. Yeah.
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 Okay. Good talk, buddy. Thanks. Yeah. So I think we've got a lot of good things that are coming up here, and the fall will be interesting. And then for us, baseball starts the end of November. So, but yeah, Andy, we're doing well. I feel like this is an interesting season that we're in, where there's kids are as involved in things as ever, but their independence continues to grow and increase, and they want to do some things apart from mom and dad, and we're trying to figure out how much of that is okay. So, yeah, I guess those are my thoughts. Apart from what's been going on in our life, though, Andy, we do definitely want to just say, again, for those of you that listen and have tuned in, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support this year. We're really excited about going into another season here. This is season 4,
and we'll be continuing until like the beginning of December with season 4. But we want to thank you guys for listening to us here and supporting us. Joel, as you know, this show takes a lot of money to produce and keep going on. And we appreciate everybody who's stepped up and sponsored us this year, as well as, the Patreons. So if you're not a Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/dudes and dads podcast and join. You get behind the scenes stuff, extra bonus content, early releases, ad-free episodes, all that good stuff. And you get that good, warm, fuzzy feeling of helping support us.
That's right. Which, let's be honest, folks, there is no fuzzier fuzzy feeling than getting on the Dudes and Dads fan train. I'm just here to tell you.
But I did also want to. So we're part of our show is there's a whole new podcasting type thing going on. You can support and send messages with little bits of cryptocurrency.
Oh, right.
And so one of our listeners, K Finn, sent 4,950 sats. So a sat is like a very tiny amount, but we appreciate that. And he said, "Love what you guys are doing. Great content, great sound, and great production. I only started listening to your last episode so far, but you guys ever read these out or talk about value for value on the show? Keep it up." So
awesome.
Kevin Finn, thanks for those sats.
Man, so good. We just, we're always thrilled when anybody even tunes in and listens for a little while. And I should say, I mean, we're and I always tell people, I mean, Andy continues to build out the technical side of this show in a really, really great way. And so those things do have some cost to them. You guys have been there to support us financially. We appreciate that. We appreciate continued support. We have a big announcement, and this is okay. We have fantastic fans. We have fantastic support here. I would not have imagined, 4 seasons ago when we started this thing, that people would get behind us the way that they have, and it's been really, really cool. We have someone anonymously. We have a hardware update that we're doing here. Someone anonymously came forward and just said, "Hey, I'd like to help you out with that." And it was no small donation to the show. So you know who you are. Thank you. But I just want you all guys, all of you that are listening, to know, we think we've just got the best. We got the best community here.
We do.
People that really step up. So thank you. Yeah, super, super cool. Andy, is there anything else we want to say to these good people?
I just want to remind people that we have a voicemail line, 574-213-8702, 574-213-8702, because we like hearing your feedback. Joel, we never picked the winners from the Dudes and Dads of the Fair hashtag.
Shucks.
Right. We'll do it on social media here soon, and we'll pick it. So watch.
We'll get on there.
Social media. We don't have it prepared today. We were going to do it today. We didn't get the picker.
The picker.
The wheel of names.
The wheel of names
around. So stay tuned, and we will pick that very, very soon.
We'll do it. You can be on the edge of your seat until then. And let's see here, Andy. I am one thing I'm super excited about. So early tomorrow morning. So we're getting out of the studio here tonight. I will go home, hopefully sleep for just a little bit, and then headed out with some friends to Portland, Oregon.
Previous guest of the show too, right?
Yes, thank you. Yep, our friends Gene Schroyer, amongst a few others that are going, and gonna go out to Portland. Gonna go. John Ortberg and John Mark Homer are doing a pastor's retreat out there. Literally a seminar talking about spiritual formation stuff. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm hoping that I will come back with more show content.
Awesome! I can't wait.
I just go to. Here's the deal. I fly more than halfway across the country just for more show ideas.
Awesome.
That's really what it's all about. But guys, yeah, love your support. Love the fact that you want to hang out with us. As always, you can shoot us an email over at dudesanddadspodcast@gmail.com.
Or again, you can always call our voicemail number, 574-213-8702. 5174. There we go. 213-8702.
Dudesandadspodcast.com is also a great place to check out each episode, the show notes, and all the other goodies we've got for you.
Oh, yeah.
Got some swag, which we're going to update here soon.
Very soon.
Would love for you to pick up an item or two over there. Maybe a mug. I don't know. Hey, guys, thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, we wish you grace
And peace.